It hurt me severely because if you take issue with the way I do things, talk to me. Ask me, like, yo, dude, I wasn't okay with the way this went down. Like, all right, cool. I want to create a fun environment for everyone. If you're not having fun at my table, talk to me about it. I am more than happy to discuss. I am more than happy to change things around. I will do my best to make a fun experience for you. But don't take, like, I don't care if you're not confrontational, dude. At some point, take some initiative. D&D reference. Take some initiative and talk to me. It's important because if there's a problem, if I don't know about it, how the fuck am I supposed to know? I'm not psychic. I can't read your mind. If you don't like something, talk to your DM. If they're a good DM, they will listen to you. That's the important thing. I will hear you out. I will make changes. I keep telling all my players, if I do something you don't agree with, talk to me. Now sometimes I might have a good reason for why I did what I did. There may be a story concept in it, or a narrative or an idea, which which could tie in beautifully into the world that they're playing in. This is why I take issue with people who watch Critical Role. First point of fact, I am not Matt Mercer. I am not that handsome. I am not that talented. I am not that intelligent. And I'm not that creative. Mercer is a fucking genius. But at the same time, keep in mind, Critical Role is a show. It is a weekly 3 hour long soap opera. That's exactly what it is. And all the people at that table are talented voice actors, actors. They have talent in creating an environment that is role play heavy and all other good stuff. They love to chit chat and fuck around, and Matt is smart enough to think on the fly to make things happen and change as it goes along. I'm not Matt Mercer. Conrad's not Matt Mercer. Steve is not Matt Mercer. When people come to my games, first thing I tell them is, what is your experience with D&D? Like, I watch Critical Role. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to curb your expectations here because I am not Matt Mercer. You are not Laurel. You are not Laura Bailey. You are not. You are not Travis Cunningham. You are not Liam O'Brien. I don't care what happens in Critical Role. I stopped watching Critical Role. I've stopped watching anything that people are playing D&D campaigns. I've stopped doing it because there's a degree of expectation that comes from people who watch that stuff. They come to our games and thinking that they can pull off the same shit that, say, Sam Riegel does with FCG or Scanlan or any of his other characters, even not. Like, I am not going to be able to do anything further because, like, if you don't role play, I can't do well. Like, a lot of my players, they don't know how to role play, or rather, they're not comfortable with role playing. Conrad's getting into it super hard. My friend Bala is starting to get into roleplay activity. Shreyas is slowly learning to get into roleplay. He's getting better and better as time goes on. And that's all I want from you. I just want some growth. I just want you to see you get better at doing what you need to do. I'm down for an entire session where we just shoot the shit. Go shopping one day. A whole episode of shopping. Go for it. It's a good change of pace, honestly. You walk into a city, you find a tour guide. That guy just takes you around the entire city, showing you what's what in the city, and you guys just have a lovely day in the city. Totally doable. Totally no problem. Respect the table. Respect your DM. Respect your players. First and foremost. There is no sexual harassment in my games. I don't allow it. If you say I'm gonna go grope them, I'm like, no. I don't care what you roll. I don't care if you roll a natural 20 for a 40 in sleight of hand. That person will know that you touched them. I will not allow it. I don't care who the fuck you are. I will not allow it. I will not allow you to harass innocent people. In fact, I will punish you for harassing innocent folk. And the best part is that there are even narrative ways for you to somehow manage to even tell players you fucked up. This quest line, the whole entire campaign is now locked off to you. What are you gonna do? One person fuck up affects everybody. Respect people. I don't care what your character is. If you're going to be a chaotic evil character, then you don't belong at my table. Unless you want to be subversive, then that's fine. You start off as evil, thinking you can manipulate the party, all that stuff. But after a point, you grow out of that evil behavior. I want to see growth. But if your entire job is to fuck with the party from day one till the end, I'm sorry, I'm not the DM for you. If everything I've said is you don't agree with, I am not your DM. I that's perfectly fine with me. I am not meant to be your DM. Someone else will put up with your garbage. I will not. I refuse to. I ask from you 3 hours once a week. And for those 3 hours, I want your attention. I had a bunch of guys who got stoned during D&D. It made it very difficult for me to play my game as a dungeon master. Thank you, Kakashi. They were stoned, and they're just chuckle. They're a bunch of chuckle. They're just laughing their asses off the entire time. Anything that happens, they're just laughing. I'm like, it's all fun and games until you die. High. They were stoned. High. They were smoking weed. And initially, I'm just laughing it off. I'm like, ha ha ha, whatever happened. But once the game was over, I was like, guys, if you can't control yourselves while we're playing, don't smoke. Smoke after. Like Conrad, for example, he's a long-time stoner. He can handle his weed. Weed for him is meditation. For other people, it's someone just want to get high and they start being chuckle fucks. And it becomes extremely difficult to manage those kind of people. Especially when there's an emotional or a very serious moment happening, and it is ruined. Well, fair enough, yeah. No, no, they were smoking weed. And it's disrespectful to everyone else there who's trying to get invested in the situation. Pay attention to what's happening at the table. In the middle of a fight, keep an eye on what's happening in combat. So when it comes to your turn, you're not spending 10 hours deciding what you're going to do. You should be, when it's not your turn, planning out what you're going to do. You zone out middle of your turn, you make a move. You might hurt a party member. Like for example, what time happened? A a a player character fireballed a friendly player because they weren't paying attention. They cast fireball, it hit their cleric. The cleric got extremely hurt. There you go. See, see again, it also comes down to how people play. Not everybody is good at positioning themselves. Where should I be? What should I do? Fine, but pay attention to what's happening so you can make an informed decision. Pay attention to what's happening on the pay attention to what's happening on the map. Pay attention to your DM. Like a player character 2 weeks ago died because he didn't hear what I said. I don't know. I wasn't sure why. Either was on his phone or he's reading something and wasn't listening to what I said. I even gave a whole spiel, a full dialogue saying, leave now. And he did not leave. He stepped up to speak to the person, and a fight broke out. And he ended up in a position where he got stabbed to death. Pay attention. I don't want to kill my player characters. I don't. Because without player characters, I have no game. That's why I always start by telling people, do not make me kill you. I don't want to, but I will if I have to. If you put me in a position where you are to die, I will kill you. I don't want to, but I'll do it. Decisions were made. I have a campaign for noobs if people want to join. I've got a campaign ready to go. Takes from levels 1 to 5. I don't mind running it again. I'm down. Be smart. What do you think fits me better? Okay, tell you what. Look at my player characters from this game. We've got Adora, Anala, Bob, Ravager, and Vanessa. Class wise, it's up to you. What do you want to do? Do you want to be support, damage, sneak, infiltrator? What do you want to be? First, figure that. Then, figure out if you want to be a martial class or a casting class. That's what you need to know. That's what I need to know so I can help you make something. So looking at the party sheet at the moment, parties at the moment. So we have a totem barbarian dragonborn. We have an owlin genie warlock. We have a fire genasi scribe wizard. We have a human rune knight fighter, and we have a Dampier bugbear who's playing a peace cleric. Very balanced group. You've got your healer, you've got your tank with damage, tank basically. You've got your spellcaster who has lots of, um, you know, damage as well as crowd control and safety. We've got our warlock who does a lot of damage, all that kind of stuff like that. A Shaolin monk, yeah, it can be a monk class. Be a monk and play. Why not? You can be a way of the open hand monk. And just punch the shit out of people. And then, of course, Bob is barbarian, therefore, he is damage soaker and damage dealer. So, this is actually a very balanced party. Super balanced. You've got healing, tanking, crowd control, damage, and everything like that. Baldby, yeah, sure. So, think about your characters, think about what you'd like to play. Martial, magical, up to you. You decide. That's the most important thing. D&D requires a lot of reading. And some people don't want to do the reading. Then in which case, I'm sorry, D&D is not for you. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. If you're not going to put in the time and the effort to read, or put the time and effort to show up on a weekly basis to do things, holy shit. You need to read. Read your class. Read your sheet. Understand how your class works. Understand what your class is good at. This is what I need from people. I need you to make an effort. Because I'm putting in hours of my life preparing everything for all of you to come play. And I'm doing this because I love it. I wait for Saturday. Like, Saturday is my favorite day. I get to play 3 games of D&D. Conrad's game, my game, and Steve's game. I love it. I live, breathe D&D. I don't care who you are. Saturdays, even if let's even assume that I'm married. And wife's like, we're going out Saturday. I'm like, nope. Sorry, not happening. I have missed family dinners. I have missed trips here and there. 1, I love D&D and I want to play it. 2, it's part of my job. I stream those games for everyone to watch and view. I love D&D that much. I spend hours theory crafting classes, theory crafting monsters, theory crafting everything. I want to know the game inside and out. And I want to share this hobby with as many people as possible. All I require from you is the fucking respect and your time. If you cannot promise me your time, I'm not for you. I'm not your DM. You are more than welcome to not play in my games. And that's not a fault on your part. I'm just not the DM for you. There's probably another DM who will accommodate you. I will not. I require a commitment. I require you to do the effort, make the time. You have questions? Ask. I am more than happy to answer questions. More than happy to do so. You have doubts, you have ideas. I want to hear them all. You might even come up with ideas and concepts I haven't even thought about. And I would love to implement those things because it might be really fucking cool. And most importantly, I want you, the player, to have a good time. Playing with people, like, for example, Steve's game. I have been with that group for 2 years. Like I said, we just completed 1 year of Farland 2. Last week was our 52nd episode. 1 year. I played with those guys. And they're all strangers to me. Steve, Ethan, and Yen are in America. Morgan is in Ireland. Shiv's from Sweden. And I'm here. A more eclectic group I have never been with. And we've all played together for 2 years. And even to this day, most people don't stay in a game for more than a couple of months. We've been a party for 2 years. And it blows my mind that we've done it. And it goes to show that all of us put in the time, put in the effort, respect each other's time and efforts. And we've done it. 2 years. Not many tables last that long. Not many groups last that long. And I'm proud of us. We've come a long way. And I'm, you know, it's all about that. Love, respect, enjoyment, fun. If I wasn't having fun, I wouldn't be doing this. And it's why I do it. That's why I do this every week. And I want more people to be part of it. More people means more stories, more experiences. Like when we all get together, we start discussing about what happened or stories or whatever fights we had, or experience we had. And strangers from nowhere come and sit and listen to our stories. They're like, wait, when did this happen? How does, and it's just bringing people in to see a story that the players themselves have created. Remember, D&D is collaborative storytelling. I am not the storyteller. As a DM, that's not my goddamn job. I don't tell a story. I give you a setting, and the players tell the story. I'm just taking them from place to place to place. And they create the moments, they create the stories. It's their decisions that shape everything. I don't do jack shit. I'm just there to put the challenges in front of them, and they create the narrative. No, even written down modules, be it Storm King's Thunder, Curse of Strahd, Descent into Avernus, Princes of the Apocalypse, Homebrew Camp, especially the written modules. No DM runs them all the same. Every DM is different. Every player group is different. Decisions are always different. Not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. I do it. I don't mind them. I don't mind them sponsoring me. I could use the money. So it's just that whole situation. We all come together to tell a story. Yeah, dude. I'm more than happy to help you build a character. It's easy. But it's up to you to make the character come to life. So, it's always that whole situation of like it's collaborative. Every person is important at the table. And it's up to you to want to take the role of wanting to be involved. I am not going to push you into the spotlight. You want to be in the spotlight, take that position. And that's what matters. I have seen people who are shut ins, socially anxious, extremely uncomfortable with strangers or talking to people or anything of the sort initially. But through the game, they have opened up and they're being extremely forward and they're taking initiative and talking all this like I really want to this is what I want to do. I'm like, I do it. Roll it. Let's go. Roll something. Let's go. You know? I want players to want to do things. D&D has opened up avenues for so many people to just want to live out. They want to be somebody who's not them. All my characters are a small facet of me, of what I wish I could be. They're all a small parts, like different parts of the ideal me. I don't have a 20 strength. I'm not a fucking barbarian. I am not a wizard who has massive intelligence and can make all sorts of things with our hands. I am not a martial artist. And these three characters are three different facets of myself. Making a character is all about putting yourself into it. I'm not a human. So, you know, make someone who you want to make and who you want to play, who you would like to be. And talk to your dungeon master, first and foremost. Because he, they, she, they may allow you to something. Because I come up with this whole spiel because it's important. I've been watching a lot of videos about D&D and people talking about horror stories from D&D. No, that's spiel. I said spiel, which I believe is Yiddish. But the reason I come up with I've heard a lot of horror stories about how people get trapped into games and people who are toxic as fuck. And most people who play D&D are non-confrontational, socially anxious, people who are just neurodivergent essentially. Neurodivergency is quite rampant in D&D. I'm also like myself. I'm neurodivergent myself. So most of them have anxiety or they're very non-confrontational. So when they end up in a situation where they're very uncomfortable, they don't have the tools required to help them try and solve the dilemma they're in. And I want people to know that you can reach out to your dungeon master. If your dungeon master is a dick, leave the game. If you don't feel welcome at that table, you feel every week is a goddamn pain in the ass to play, leave. You are not obligated to stay. There are millions of parties who are looking for new players. It's very easy to find a new group. It's very easy. I just got lucky with Steve and the guys. I got extremely lucky with those guys. And I want you to know that D&D is a safe space. It's a place for you to be more than you are capable of being. You get to be a hero. You get to do great things. You get to fight dragons, save cities, destroy evil entities, take on evil gods, demons, devils, dragons. You get to do amazing things. Read the player's handbook, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, Xanathar's Guide to Everything. These three books. If you want to make a monk, read those three books. That's all you need. And look at the official races. What races you want to make. Well, here's an idea for you. Modules. These three books are what you need to make a character. Okay. Takes time, takes effort. Respect, first and foremost. That is the most important thing. Respect. Respect your players, respect your DM, respect the table, respect people's time. Because we're all coming together to tell a story together. And that's mainly what I wanted to talk about today. I mean, I went completely off topic. This was supposed to be just about player characters. But now I've gone into a whole spiel about everything, and it's clearly this has been weighing on my mind for a long time, and I want people to know that it doesn't have to be that. It can be good. It can be fun. There's a reason why we all play every weekend. Every weekend we play this game because we love it. We love it that much. Like every party member that I have, every player that I have in my games, we all met through D&D. Other than Conrad, of course. Conrad and I have known each other for years. But everyone else I met through D&D. And I would not trade the experiences, even the bad ones, for anything. Because I have grown as a human. Well, I say human. I've grown. Yeah, that's the one. Fifth edition. Yeah, five. All of this is 5e. All of this is 5e. Fifth edition is the current latest edition. So 5e Player's Handbook. If you ever play with me, if I'm a player character or I'm a dungeon master, do the work. Do the work. Because I have enough work on my own. I'll help you. But you have to take the effort, the initiative. You got to make it work. What do you mean? Do we need to go to the mines? What do you mean? Why? Why do you want to go to the cold? So, guys, so like I said, this is what I wanted to just talk about. You can just have your wizard for the group just light you a fire. You don't need cold for that. You can just use magical fire. So, coming to player characters, know your role. Most important. Understand what your role does, how your role works. When choosing characters, so playing a for let's say you're going to choose a class, you decide by do I want to be a caster? Do I want to be martial classes? So these are the two archetypes you have. Actually, there are three archetypes. There's half caster, full caster, and full martial type. Decide what you want to be first. Pick your class. Then decide what your role is. So, in terms of classes, you've got the artificer, the barbarian, the bard, the cleric, the druid, the fighter, the monk, the paladin. Then, of course, you've got the ranger, the rogue, the sorcerer, the warlock, the wizard. And within those archetypes, you have several other classes. In fact, if you go to my YouTube page, there's a playlist called Intelligence Check where Conrad and myself run through every class. We talk about what they're good at, what they do. Yes, it does. Yes. Xanathar is a beholder in a fishbowl. Yes. That's Xanathar's guide to everything. Yeah. And the best part is, I'll give you my reworked monk, which is a lot better than what's in the goddamn fucking book. The book monk is garbage. The monk that I've made is a little better. So, that's mainly what I want to talk to you guys today about. Is essentially think about what you want to play. And I'm more than as long as you're willing to be part of this situation and work with me and help me create a world that you want to be a part of, I am more than happy to have you at my table. Min maxing, or you don't want to you want to min max, you can min max. I am okay with you min maxing, but at the same time, just be a little careful. Have a care, respect your players, respect your DM, respect everyone's time, and show up and let's make some amazing moments together. I will never tell you no unless it breaks the rules. I will always tell you you can certainly try. There are moments where I will go, as your DM, I have to ask you, do you want to do this? That's usually a sign saying you probably shouldn't do it. But maybe you have this amazing plan, amazing idea that could potentially work. An owlin is essentially an owl person. You can fly. That's essentially what Conrad's character is. They're an owlin. They are an owlin warlock, and they can do stuff. So, guys, that's going to be the end of my stream for now. I'll be coming back in just a bit. I'm not sure what I'm going to play though, but we'll figure it out. But thank you for those of you who are here and watching my spiel and watching me. Arakokra are essentially the same, but they're eagle people. One's an owl person, was an eagle person. So like I said, ending my stream here for now. And I will catch you guys all next time when I see you. So, from me to all of you, till next time, I hope your games go well, and I hope you find the DM who's perfect for you. And I hope you create some amazing memories and amazing experiences and some amazing games. So, from me to you guys, till then, peace out.